One. So coming to you today for Choose Day, our weekly talk on Tuesdays. So you have to take 1 foot off the pedal. Yeah, I learned to drive in the winter. I'm a winter birthday. It was a wet, sloppy kind of snow like we had yesterday if you're local. And we went up a little side road that's got a pretty steep hill. You know, foot on the gas going up the hill. We started to slide a little bit. Ended up with 1 foot on the gas and 1 foot on the brake. My dad was teaching me that day to drive, and he's like, Ann, you have to take one of your feet off the pedals. And I'm like, not doing it, right? We're about maybe a third of the way up the hill. And I'm like, okay, in my brain, right? If I take my foot off the brake, what am I going to do? I'm going to slide. If I take my foot off the gas, I'm stuck here, right? I'm not going anywhere. So obviously I had to make a choice and kind of decide which way I wanted to go, right? Gas or brake, which do we want to do? So I had to learn to trust my teacher, right? So I had to learn to recognize that my dad had that experience, tons of years of practice driving in the snow. He knew what he was talking about. And obviously it wasn't good for the car to have both feet on both pedals either. So learning to trust him and deciding what I was going to do, right? Was I going to ease off a little bit, take my foot off that gas pedal and maybe slow down a little bit in life, kind of analogy for you guys here? Or was I going to keep my foot on the brake, stay where I'm safe, stay where I know I'm not going to have any of the stress of sliding backward down that hill? So I finally decided to take my foot off the brake, but we were still stuck. I kind of slid and we weren't going up the hill anymore either. So I had to back down the hill and try again. So hopefully that resonates with some of you guys as well, that sometimes you've got to try a different way. You got to trust your teacher, and you have to realize that if you're stuck where you are right now, you got to make a decision. Foot on the gas or foot on the brake. You have to make that choice for yourself and kind of overcome some of those fears that come with it. This, though, was the beginning of my stress with snow. As you can imagine, that kind of triggers me every year. In the high school years, driving, almost went in the ditch a couple times, went in a ditch during finals week. Talk about stress. So snow and stresses kind of went hand in hand in the past. I've learned through a lot of my processes to deal with it. Yesterday driving was stressful, but it wasn't like overwhelmingly stressed kind of moment for me. So if you can relate to this, you know, do you feel like you're stuck in your life? Are you in that spot where you may need to make a choice? So love to hear about your stories of snow. Yesterday was great for building a snowman. So get out and enjoy the snow, right? It's that perspective of there is a positive in this. You get to actually have the earth renewed with that resource with the water. And it was really pretty driving home this morning with the sun glistening on the trees that were completely covered and the roads were nice and fair. So what are you choosing? Today's the day to make a choice. Let me know what that is.